Today on Impact, YouTube. YouTube has the Damelio family. All right, so we're talking about the sensational rise to stardom, to popularity, to TikTok fame of Charli D'amelio. Now, it started with her and has spread to her entire family, and I want to hear your opinion because I have my personal thoughts on content creation, and they're certainly not in the direction of what the Damelio family is doing, but to each their own. It's their play, but I want your opinion on this. So the title of this article is Fans Adore Charli and Dixie D'amelio's Family Interview, Sisters Launch Channel with Their Parents. So what happened was Charli started, I believe it was in July of 2019. She started her TikTok. She has, as of today, right now, I'm looking at her page on my phone, just under 84 million followers. Now, she was at the Super Bowl with J-Lo. She's been huge. She's been on TV shows. She's been blowing up everywhere. So she's doing it right when it comes to a marketing standpoint. Her father is aware of a lot of these things, but distributing her reach, because TikTok is vulnerable right now. At the time of filming this, at the time of recording this video, TikTok's in talks with Walmart and Microsoft, because Trump banned TikTok September 15th. So we got like 2 weeks, but so far it seems like Walmart and Microsoft might combine forces for whatever reason. We can speculate. We talk about that on the Procast, and some of the highlights are coming up, but the full sessions. But here on Impact, we're going to be going into this really as the updates come. So just stay tuned for more on that aspect. But you don't want to be all your chips. You don't have all your chips in one basket. So going to YouTube is smart, and you're going to hear in a second that there's a lot more diversity that they've already been doing. So the fame that they have gained has led them to do some amazing things. They brought out their own makeup collection with Morphe, and Charli's just announced she's written a book. She's like 16 years old. So her book's like, I was born and then I got famous in the past year. Wow. No, I mean, she's great at dance, which is why she got so popular. She's really good with the TikTok dances and creating dances. So this is something that, look, if people will buy your book, they'll buy your book. All right. So good for her. So no hate there at all. None of this. This is great. It's just an example of what social media can do. You can use it for divisiveness. You could use it to spread BS, but you can also use it to just change your life. She didn't even have TikTok. I started my Papa Swolio TikTok September 1st. So literally I'm coming up on my TikTok anniversary with the Papa Swolio. So I got locked out of my Swolenormous account. I had it since 2016 when it was just Musically, and I got shut out of it. And then I started, so I was like, you know what? This is popping off. I started the Papa Swolio one because I couldn't get into my Swolenormous account, and I wanted to grow it to 300K. It was originally 200K by January 1st, and then I changed it to 300 to really challenge myself, and I got it by like January 3rd. And I'm almost at 400,000 right now, but we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe there's no TikTok in 2 weeks. I doubt it. It's so popular and it's so huge. I doubt, but what it's going to look like, if there's going to be a transition period, maybe once there's a purchase with Microsoft and Walmart, there's, a 90-day transition. I don't know. I really don't know how easy or how crazy this is going to be to try to, how do you scan the app to make sure it's not still full of Chinese spyware? Like, who knows? But anyway, the Damelio family is expanding, which brings me to the next point. So their parents are YouTube stars too, and they have their own accounts. So her sister Dixie is huge as well. And then her parents have TikToks. Now they have YouTube channels, and then they have a family channel. So the father's a politician, the mother's a photographer, or so the article says. So as a politician, whatever that means for the father, he knows about marketing, distribution, attention, and how to play the game, which is good. So you have someone who's not just out of the blue. He's obviously very outgoing, and they're handling it well. I get sketched out when it comes to family vlogs. I think that's so weird. How do you know what's a real emotion? When are you not acting for the camera? When are you not putting on a show? It's one thing to vlog, but it's one thing to have shows and other people up in your business and then maybe directing what you do and what you don't do. So kind of interesting. I don't know. It's not for me, but here we have what it says here, they have all joined to form a family YouTube channel called the Damelio family. The family is very close and all live together. Mark is a politician, Heidi is a photographer, but since their daughters became TikTok famous, they've become social media stars too. Mark and Heidi are social media famous with millions of followers on both TikTok and Instagram. They also often appear in Charli and Dixie's YouTube vlogs and are very supportive of their online presence, which is great. They better be supportive, or that's great. I mean, it's great that they're supportive because this is the new age and they need parenting. They need their parents because just the physical fame, and they have the kind of fame that when you go out in public, like every girl is going to know Charli. She gets mobbed. And to go from nothing or from no fame and to barely even like, I don't know if I want to do TikTok, it's kind of weird, to blowing up and being synonymous. Her name, Charli, is synonymous with TikTok. If you say Charli, you mean her, which is pretty crazy because that's Cher, Prince, Kanye. You know, how many people have a one name, just universal fame? Everyone knows them. Now, not everyone knows Charli, but if you're on the internet, and especially if you use TikTok, you know who she is. You know Charli D'amelio. You know the name Charli. Plus, she spells it with an I at the end, so it stands out. Let's see. So, in an interview with Entertainment Tonight, they even told fans that a family reality show was in the cards. God, I don't know. It's just so not for me. You know, it's so not for me. And again, it doesn't mean it's not for them, but you know, good-looking family, good-looking couple, happy. But I really hope they keep it together because this can really blow people's mental health apart. Social media is exhausting because, especially when you put stuff out there as a family, everyone can make judgments. Everyone's going to be you can't read the comments. You can't let that get you down. You really have to make sure that you have your head screwed on straight. And these girls are still developing. They're like 16. So, but you're also pretty disconnected from it all because when you have such popularity, when you have so many people liking videos and so many people leaving positive and negative comments, fortunately, there's just so much out there. You really, it's just such a, my point being, if you have 100 followers and you never get any comments and someone left a comment, one comment, you only have one comment on a video, one comment on a post, and it's, you know, something negative for a 16-year-old, like, you suck. Oh my God, you're so ugly. Look at your face. When are you gonna do a face reveal? And then it might break that person apart. It might really, maybe their parents were abusive and it just really, you know, it crushes them. But if you have, let's say, 1 million comments, I'm not saying this makes it better, but you have so many people saying, oh, this is awesome. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, you suck. Oh, come on. And more of this, blah, blah. It's so much easier just to blur it out and be like, whoa, that's a madhouse, and just write it all off, positive and negative, which is actually healthier because you shouldn't let the positivity get to your head, and you shouldn't let the negative, like, you have to block it all out. You can't get high on your own supply, and you can't worry about the negative. You can't get too up your own ass and you have an ego issue and you just become this, you know, this diva, prima donna. So, and this is what's really good, I think. So they talk about their interview. They start by discussing Charli and then Dixie and starting TikTok and becoming social media stars. Their parents give subscribers the lowdown on what they really thought about it all, which is important. Then they talk about getting hate, what it's like to have your whole life online. And they even discuss the reason why Heidi wouldn't let Charli do the WAP dance. So this can actually, and this is where I want to wrap up this impact session. This is what can maybe really help people, because a lot of kids have their parents. A lot of kids are trying to pull a Charli. A lot of kids want to get popular, so they're getting their mom involved or their grandmother involved or their friend. And it's important that this kind of information is out there, that if you see people, wow, they have hundreds of millions, they're so perfect, everything is so wonderful. If they are really transparent and helpful, this can actually save a lot of people from depression. This can save a lot of people from taking it too seriously, because they're going to look up to the family. They're going to look up to Charli. They're going to look up to Dixie, and, oh man, well, they had it really rough too. They don't care about their haters. They ignore that kind of comments. They don't. I remember I saw on Charli's vlog that she was really bummed out at first, but now it doesn't bother her, because she realizes that it says more about the person hating on her video than her. And that person is really probably upset and miserable in their life, so they're projecting it. And then that child that's a fan of Charli won't take it really personally, and maybe doesn't suffer from the same type of depression and anxieties that a lot of kids do. So this can be beneficial. But for me, the super cringe, like, oh my God, just family vlog. As much as I record stuff, I don't want all my stuff. You know, as much as I record, as much as I just film, you know, I still like my life. I still like my private life. I still like that separation. So if you just gotta be careful. What are your thoughts, fam? You know, drop that in the comments. What are your thoughts about Charli? Do you know her at all? What are your thoughts on literally going from 0 to 84 million followers on a platform, like blowing up? Every single post she does has just millions. She could post herself just staring at the camera and get 5 million views. Every post is just viral. Massive fame out of nowhere. Her parents, her sister, just massive fame. Just like throngs of girls screaming and oh my God. It's intense. So would you how would you feel? How would you feel if your child blew up like that? It changes the whole dynamic of it changes the whole family dynamic too, because now the kids are having the power now. The kids have the Lambos. The kids are making millions of dollars, and the parents can get popular, but the father, the mother, you know, they could build their own brand, of course, or as part of it, but it's still the kids. They're there for Dixie. They're there for Charli. It's just crazy how they're the breadwinners and they're bringing it in. And I know they still look up to their parents and still love their parents, but you do understand that a lot of kids now are going to have fuck you money. And that's crazy when you're really not fully developed and you don't have that experience. You can make a lot of bad decisions. It can be a huge power shift when you have that kind of buying power and leverage and fame inside your own family. So just interesting thoughts. What are your thoughts? What would you do if your child blew up? Do you support that kind of family vlog? Do you think they're doing a good thing? They're just embracing it and doing the best that they can, which it seems like they are. So congratulations to them. It's smart to diversify. And those are my thoughts. What are yours? Drop it down below. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you here real soon for some more impact. Peace out.